This is Salamancer, you're watching SalTV, and I'm going to bring you some competitive TF2 action here in ESEA Open. And yes, it is competitive TF2 action, not like Candyland, although you could be forgiven for thinking it was that, considering that soldier's getup. But oh, it's going to be loud. Okay, and we did find out that, well, I don't know what we found out because it has been so long since I actually even asked the question. What was I asking? I don't know. I gotta go back and check now. Anyway, this is a game between Garbage Plus, or also called Garbage Plus Duatna, and Moose Fortress 2. And right now we are watching the Garbage Plus rollout with Floyd, aka Zebra Cakes, which he has been called in the past. Staying on the ground mostly, but does take down the med. Nice kill there, but not before, well, not before he loses most of the rest of his team, and now Hibachi is going to start chasing down the med. Oh, you try to be sneaky, Skucks, but Hibachi knows exactly where you were. Anyway, these two teams a little different in terms of how they're put together. Moose Fortress 2 has mostly some decently experienced players. They've all pretty much played in Open nonstop. Their record right now, 11-4, so they're close to the top of ESEA Open. I don't know exactly what position they're in, but you can check it out yourself on the ESEA League site. Although you shouldn't check before you watch this video because you might spoil the game for yourself. This was the last game of the season. And I seem to recall somebody telling me this actually might have decided who goes into the playoffs, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, Moose Fortress 2. I think the idea for the name Moose Fortress 2 actually came from Jerry Jiggler, and you can see that they do have mooses. Moose? It's just moose, isn't it? As some of their avatars. And of course the moose have different little hats. So cute. And then, yeah, mostly the blue team here, though, Moose Fortress 2 has not played together too much as far as I can tell. Their last seasons of Open, they were all on different teams. On the other hand, whatever, I'm working on it, guys, working on it. There's been a lot of hectic stuff today. Garbage Plus Duatna, they have all played on the same team, I'm pretty sure, except for Sezco, at least one season. And I think most of them actually got their start last season, possibly. So the Garbage Plus team was all on, they called themselves Team Firebot last season, or maybe the team name has changed, I don't know. Regardless, here comes the Uber right now, as Sezco not taking any damage yet, so they are going to be able to counterpop that Uber, not losing anybody on this defense, which is a very good thing. Finally, Earshot's down, but they've already done so much damage, they just need to make sure they don't lose the point now. There are two scouts sitting behind, but that is not going to go anywhere, and, you know, Fraps is telling me I got 30 FPS, but this does not look like 30. This looks like 10. And, oh, there's a scout on the point, but they do take him down. Jerry Jiggler was trying to do a little ninja cap there, not going to happen. And, hold on. Alright, there we go. We'll get the FPS back up, hopefully, eventually. Oh, it's not working yet. Wow, this is really awful. Like, it's telling me I have 60 FPS. I'm recording at 60 FPS, but it is definitely not playing at 60 FPS. Ah, there we go. I found the problem. They do have a heavy now, so Moose Fortress 2 deciding that they are going to put on their antlers here. I don't know, that's close as I can come up with, but they are definitely going to start making moose noises pretty soon, which I don't even know what the moose sounds like, but you know what, if there's a video of that out there, I would love to have a link. Possibly in the comments, although I know you can't link in comments, which is actually kind of lame. I kind of wish you could. That would just make things so much easier. Medic coming in, and not a clean entry, so they did have to pop the Uber a little bit earlier, but they will start dealing some damage, and an attempt at an air shot kind of fails there, which means that there's going to be some high ground control by the Moose Fortress 2 team. They are going to conquer that point nice and fast, taking out everybody before they actually cap the point. So it was a good Uber for them, and now we can see round 2, Longneck. Longneck and his 3 seasons of ESEA Open. We're going to see how that has affected his rollout here. I do know, or at least I have heard, that Duatna was getting some good press last season for being a pretty spectacular demo, so we're going to have to watch some of his rollouts too. Longneck taking a pretty standard one here. I'm going to launch some sticks over the side. He did not decide to take that high ground. His opponent did take the high ground rollout, which is actually giving him a serious advantage over Longneck right now, so Longneck going to have to back off and take a lot of heals from the med, but there goes Duatna right away, so the demo is down for the red team. Meanwhile, Red Medic taking a lot of damage here as well. Skuck's going to have to retreat using the crossbow, actually. Always fun. And it looks as if Garbage Plus will not be able to hold on to this, especially because Cintiq is keeping the heals up and keeping most of his team alive. Longneck, for instance, down to 7 health, but that med keeping him just barely in the game, and that is going to secure the middle point once again for Moose Fortress 2. So now it is time for Garbage Plus to hang out and see if they can defend their yard Not an easy task when you are down a couple players, and so they are kind of tentatively holding back inside. One of the other things they're concerned about maybe is a crits. They probably don't have to worry about that too much. But yeah, there they go. They do kind of want to force an Uber maybe and then just back off or not take a lot of damage themselves. So that's why you see them kind of hiding right next to that door. They can just walk right back in very easily. And they do pop their Uber though. They had it. Was that really even a force? I don't know. But whatever the case, Skux is not happy with his team right now. He's just like, okay guys, why did nobody actually go out there except for Floyd? Floyd did, but he died. There was not a lot of support during that push, so that means there's a huge Uber advantage right now for Moose Fortress 2. They are looking solid at the moment. Hibachi takes down one scout. He's at 6 health, but he manages to get away from the other one temporarily. Oh, there's a soldier up there. Nobody expected that. But Garbage Plus has lost a soldier and a scout during this push. Actually, Floyd just now coming back up as the heavy. And, oh, the soldier in on the med, not quite able to get him yet. He's taken out the equalizer. But it's too late, and that means that Cintiq will be staying alive for a little while longer. Cintiq does have on ESEA that she is a female, so I'm going to try and refer to her by that because I have no idea who that is, honestly. Never seen Cintiq before, except maybe like once in a pug? No, probably not a pug. Probably a different game. So, my bad if it's not actually a chick and you just posted that in your ESEA profile, but that's what you get. You get counter-trolled if you're trying to troll me. Anyway, we do have Garbage Plus sitting back on their last once again, trying to build the Uber, and now they have done that, so the scout's going to stop hurting himself with that basher. No point to it anymore. Hibachi on the sniper, so he is going to go in, look for a pick, possibly 2, especially because there is this heavy out here. I don't even know if they realize that, but oh, they will now. He's shouted out, thank you, Doctor. Oh, these chatty TF2 classes, sometimes they just give away way too much. In fact, that's, oh, Hibachi probably just gave away that he exists now as well, so he's going to try and sneak out here, but look at all the smoke and spam in front of him, not really able to get a clear shot on that soldier. And yeah, they know he's there, so he's going to have to back off, rotate, maybe. Oh, he might not, though. Yeah, oh, Hibachi. Well, that's not going to work. So, Hibachi Grill did not manage to get any kills there in his 4 seasons of Open, not helping him too much. But yes, I'm going to keep going down how many seasons these players have, just because I can. I've got it all written down right in front of me. And now Duwatna laying some sticks on this barrel just to try and prevent scouts from getting too far into him. The heavy has been Ubered, and what? Oh man, that is the sickest heavy positioning I've ever seen, and it looks like they will have to come back and try to defend the point. Actually, they moved the heavy forward and did some good damage, and it looks like if they can kill the rest of the Moose Fortress team, which they will, bringing the heavy in from behind, that was a pretty beautiful push right there. So it is just Real left alive right now, or should I call him Real? I don't know, I think we'll call him Real. That's easier. He's going to be hanging out just on the other side of this railing here, which you can stand on. Getting that 1 foot up there. It's possible. Probably hurts your shins a little bit. But now he is ready. Looks like they have sent somebody to start capturing, and Regurgitate gets taken down right away. Rigel, though, down to the heavy of Floyd. And so now Moose is trapped here. He is in some trouble. He could try to go down the drop down, but even then he might eat 1 stray rocket or a sticky or something and die. So he's instead going to wait for that health kit and just try and play from behind the enemy team. Might be able to do some damage, but the scout did a lot to him, and he did at least force an Uber. Or maybe it wasn't him, maybe it was somebody else, but there is an Uber popped now, and that's not really going to do a lot for Garbage Plus. Skux, once again, not happy about his Ubers right now. But they're just surrounded by players. How are they letting these guys get in on their flanks? We don't even know, but Jerry does go down, and so that means there's 2 players down right now for the Moose Fortress 2 team. So if Garbage Plus wants to push, this is the opportunity they have. They can get in there, force an Uber out of Cintiq, and if they force it just right here, then there really shouldn't even be a way for the blue team to respond. But the longer they wait to try and force this, the less likely it is. Yeah, they're not going to be able to force that in a bad position anymore. Scout's going to come in and try, but Cintiq staying down beneath, not hardly even taking any damage, so Garbage Plus just going to have to let that Uber come into him, and Skux will have to retreat, which he is doing quite effectively. And now Sezco actually on the flank. Spots a soldier. He's got to be careful, but this soldier has his rocket launcher out. Sezco does go down, severed earshot, but Real actually died as well. He was the one who killed Sezco, I think. That really should not. He shouldn't have died there. He should have just pulled the shotgun out because he'd already gotten the one rocket hit. Oh, Duwatna, perfect stickies, destroying everybody on the Moose Fortress team, and now he's going to be sneaking around towards this right-hand side. Maybe even. Oh, he's gonna spawn camp. He's gonna spawn camp. Oh, but they know he's there. That's too bad. But yeah, it's always a nice idea to get out there and spawn camp, just because look at all the delaying he's doing. They have to basically sit there in spawn until their forward spawn has gone away, and then they can respawn back in their other room. And so Duatna just single-handedly helped capture that point. Medic even respawning and going away, so no, there's nobody left in there. And yes, it is possible as a red team, by the way, to come in and see that. You can just jump up the side of these little pipes here and whatever else, and you can be like, nope, there's nobody in the forward spawn. So one of the few forward spawns is actually like that. You know, if you think about Snakewater or some of the other maps, those forward spawns are completely closed off, and you can't tell. And you look at that, you do see the soldier just jumping up right now, and he's like, nope, there's nobody in here, guys. It's clear. See, because yeah, that's that forward spawn thing. Warmfront, wherever else. Typically, forward spawns do not have any kind of window into them, and so you can use them as kind of a hiding place. But Garbage Plus, too smart for that on Granary. They know the map. They know the tricks. And right now they're just hanging out in yard, not really wanting to push forward yet for some reason. They know they don't have an Uber advantage, so the scouts are playing quite passive at the moment. They could actually try and get a trap or get their soldier in, maybe. Well, getting the soldier into this area is really hard, the roamer even. So I guess they are just going to kind of wait until Moose Fortress pushes out into them with the Uber. And then they're going to have a counter in time, actually. So Moose Fortress not being quite as aggressive with that advantage as they could have, but they would have had to push into a heavy. Well, they're still going to have to push into a heavy, unless heavy pushes into them. Anyway, they weren't being aggressive as they could. They could have pushed on the clock, had an Uber advantage, forced Garbage Plus back out of the yard a little bit. It's not usually a bad idea, although I, not having played enough sixes to know for sure what is going through their head. Guess we'll leave it at that. But yeah, it looks like Garbage Plus will push forward with this heavy. Starting to take a little bit of damage. And he's actually going to jump down, following him exactly on this route. And there you go, they do pop the Uber on the heavy, taking down Moose right away, Real right away. And they force the Uber out of the blue team. So Skux is going to try and retreat here with this. There you go, retreat with the scout. He did have a little bit of an issue there on that wall, which I'm sure if you've ever played Medic been trying to back away from a desperate situation, you know what I'm talking about. Those walls, man, they just get in your way. You're like, no, I was just trying to backpedal and needle at the same time, and then you're dead. It's no fun. Respawn timers suck. But, of course, they help the game move forward, so I'm not complaining. Jerry Jiggler, once again, behind enemy lines? No, he's actually behind his own lines. Never mind. They're defending their second point. That makes sense. But that guy has been behind enemy lines like all day. We're going to see what he does, because he has been, well, right now he's playing pretty passive, waiting for Garbage Plus to push in. Okay, now he's got his players kind of moving up this left-hand side so they can hold the interior there. And now he's got his scout, so he can afford to be more aggressive. But he won't. Still playing pretty passive, just watching the flank. Asking for a buff now. Might use the buff. If he's going to do anything now, he won't. Okay, cool. All right, this is going to get a little stalematey then. Granary, here we come. No, seriously. Granary is super stalematey sometimes. But in comes Garbage Plus. They're going to have the Uber, and so they do pop. Well, no, they don't pop yet. I would think they were going to, but no, they actually got a pretty clean entrance there. Not a lot of sticky traps to stop them. And so they are coming in. They do take down Cintiq right away. Hibachi's down as well. A good kill means that Garbage Plus should be able to secure this round. They are backing away with the med already. Nobody able to finish him off. Him or... yeah, I think it's him. And there you go, already somebody on that last control point. Jerry is going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to defend this. Jerry and Longneck, they're the only two left alive, and they both get taken out real fast. Not a lot of health left. So it is now tied up 1-1. Garbage Fortress versus Moose Plus. Whatever. I'm a little confused today. I was a little confused yesterday, too, actually, if you guys you watched that last video. Maybe I'm just always confused. Perpetual confusion might be the natural state, but we're going to watch the Duatna. Wow. Okay, this guy is pretty rock solid on these rollouts, and he's going to take the high ground rollout again, not bothering with health as he gets out here, because he will be standing up. Oh, yeah, look at that. Knew exactly where that demo was going, so he's definitely doing a good job at the mid-fight. He's got to watch out for the bombing soldier, but even there, he knew exactly what was coming at him, and they do have a Kritzkrieg ready to go pretty soon here. 80% right now on Skux. They still have Duatna alive, and Cintiq is down, so this Kritzkrieg is going to go through. Most likely, but they might not even have to use it here at mid, because already most of the Moose Fortress team is down. Oh, Skuk gets taken out, and there goes Duatna, swan diving into the wall. So, no, did not ever get a chance to use the crits, but it didn't really matter. Garbage Plus, well, I thought they won that mid-fight, and then they lost it. Sort of. Interesting positioning here for Floyd, though. He's going to go upstairs, grab this health kit, and he will be behind enemy lines, even as they get their forward spawns. And so he's actually going to want to go towards their forward spawn area, I would think. No, it's too late. They've already all spawned. So where he is now is kind of weird. He might use a drop down. Yeah, he will. Just going to get there as fast as he can, and we'll see where the action is right now for Moose Fortress. They are actually still behind the point a little bit, so that's going to give Floyd plenty of time to sneak in after him. And he's not rocket jumping. You'll notice he doesn't want to make any noise right now because he doesn't want them to realize that he's behind them. So he's going to wait until he spots his prey, and nobody's spotted him yet. Now he jumps in, and there's the man. He gets one hit, 2 hits on Cintiq, and Cintiq is down already. Perfect play there from Floyd as the roamer. Gotta love that. And now Skux has a gigantic Uber advantage. Probably still running the crits, I would imagine. No regular medigun, but he's probably going to take in Duwatna and the soldier. Cintiq, like, oh, what is going on? They really should probably just push this quickly and get the Uber in there, but they kind of, it looks like they want to enter clean without popping, because if they can take this point without popping the Uber, then they get so much more of an advantage. But right now, it looks like, no, Skux is not taking any damage, and there you go, they're getting a lot of kills off this. Cintiq down again, as this time it was Regurgitate who got the kill. Is that my phone going off? No, I guess it's just my legs spazzing out. No, Garbage Plus did an amazing job of pushing in there, and Moose Fortress 2 just crumbling right now. So that does mean there's a gigantic Uber advantage for Garbage Plus. They can push into the second point. They might even be able to push into last. You do see how careful they are being with Duwatna and Skux right now. They want to make absolutely sure they do not have this Uber forced early, but if they're not aggressive enough, they aren't going to be able to cap that second point before there's a defense set up on it. And yeah, there is a defense right now. So they might have to pop the Uber going into second. It's not the end of the world if they do. I mean, yeah, what can you do when you're when you're defending your last? You can't really push out into second very easily, even if you have an Uber advantage. It does not work all that well. So they do cap it, and they cap it without popping the Uber. They need to push it in right now, though, or else their opponents will have the Uber. Well, they've gotten 2 kills. Yeah, this is the time to push immediately. Skux is going to chase down the rest of the team. Actually, Floyd is behind their own lines. So he's going to be a little late to the party, but there goes the Uber. Oh, Cintiq just barely gets it in time, though, to save this point for now. There are lots and lots of hurt players in the Moose Fortress team, and there goes one of them. Jerry immediately dies. Skux, though, still in and might not actually want to be. He's going to try and keep Duwatna healed up with the crossbow. Didn't quite manage to hit those shots, though. And they're still keeping up this aggression, even though their demo is down. No, yeah, they need to back out now. You know, at least the Uber timings are about even here. Skux wasn't healing for a little while, so they'll be behind. But it won't be the end of the world for them. Jerry up on the heavy right now, and Garbage backing a little bit away from this point. They are playing pretty conservatively because their players are not in position yet. Now I think they are getting to that point where we're going to see a bit of a stalemate until both teams have their Uber ready in the next about 15 seconds. Depending on... Oh, thank you, Scout. Depending on how quickly they build this Uber up, and they are going to build this nice and quick with Scout here, so nothing to worry about. And look at how quickly they narrowed that Uber gap, too. They were at like a 10 or 15% Uber difference, and now they are, well, they were at 5 until Skux decided to follow his soldiers upstairs. Doesn't matter. Their opponents had Uber first anyway. And a clean entrance once again. They didn't have to pop that Uber right away going through the doors, interestingly enough. Even though there was a sniper, he was not able to do anything about that. Focusing the heavy, and the medic didn't put the Uber on him. That is a big problem, which means that Moose Fortress 2 are going to lose this point. And there you have it. If they'd kept that heavy alive with a flash of the Uber, I think they could have gone a little bit differently. But what do I know? I am just a caster. That was a very good last push, though, by Garbage Plus. They are playing a relatively creative game here for Granary. They're taking a lot of weird pushing angles, like trying to go in upstairs whenever they can. And for a map that basically has all the solid standard playbook written out already, there's still some interesting stuff you can do. And Garbage Plus doing it all. Floyd is going to be going for air control at the moment, but taken out immediately. And so it looks like this is going to go Moose Fortress's way. They lose their med, but these 2 scouts are not going to be able to get away from this. Lots of hit scan weapons out right there to finish them off, and it is just Regurgitate left. He's jumping in. Does take out Jerry Jigglemoose, but that is it. And I know Jerry's been pretty active recently in the scene. He's been playing, I want to say he's played pickup games, but I've seen him posting a lot and he's done a lot of like local area stuff. You know, lands up in the, I want to say the Pacific Northwest area. Although I could be wrong. Could have been somewhere else. But he's done a couple lands here and there and has been active recently in the Team Fortress 2 scene. So good to see him setting up a 6's team and rushing out there and destroying face. We haven't gotten too much of him destroying face. We've actually mostly gotten him being a passive scout, but that's alright. You gotta have the passive scout role, just to provide information and lock down the flanks. And right now the Moose Fortress 2 team is for an enemy push, I think, because they've got a oh, nice! I do like the use of the Boston Basher to gain some high ground there for Jerry. Because of course when you hit yourself with it, it does give you a slight to moderate, I guess we'll call it, boost in altitude. Just like when you're jumping with the gloves of running urgently out and they hurt you in mid-jump, it gives you that little extra boost. Very useful. And it looks like Garbage Plus losing a lot of players in this attack. Jerry just ate a pill there and got down to 12 health, but it doesn't matter too much. Garbage should not be able to hold even their second point at the moment. Cintiq only with 28% or so, but doesn't matter too much as the Moose Fortress team is going to be pushing right in here. Duatna retreating, but oh, he actually got away, which is a little surprising. But no, Moose Fortress walking right in, and now should be able to cap that second point. Even though Garbage Plus has almost all their players alive, they are having to back away from this. Trying to put some spam down onto the point, but it is just delaying the inevitable. Inevitable. And if you've seen Team America, you know what I'm talking about. You and me and our little in-joke right there that we just had. We had a moment. Don't deny it. So now it's Moose's turn to try and tie this game up again. I'm just going to take a look at the scores real quick here. We do have Hibachi and Earshot. Wow, this is actually... the orders are exactly the same. Regurgitate is, of course, playing the soldier, the pocket soldier, I think. And Rigel should be the pocket for... Yeah, he is. For Moose Fortress. So, yeah, it goes Aggressive Scout, Demo, Pocket, Roamer, Passive Scout in terms of scores for both teams. I like that. I like it a lot. And that's kind of how you sometimes expect it to go, although sometimes the Demo is not nearly as high scoring, and really he's just there for damage, and then everybody else cleans up the kills and calls the scores after. Soldier jumping in here and trying to get a little bit aggressive just to see if he can't take somebody off guard, which I do like to see that sort of play on Granary. If your enemies give you an in, you may as well take it. Moose jumps in. I'm sorry, Real. I keep calling him Moose because I know like 2 Mooses on XTV now. But no, Real jumped in, tried to get a kill, and now actually Moose Fortress have lost, what, 3 of their players. They are going to pop the Uber to save second. Wow, that was gross. But is it going to matter too much? They've gotten 1 kill. Sezco is behind, and they don't even spot him. So I think that's going to be the end of this little push. Well, oh, wow, nice kills by Rigel and Real. Both the soldiers coming in doing a lot of damage there. Skux wanted to get a kill maybe with the Uber saw, but that's not going to happen. It's like Rigel is just a little bit too well-versed in TF2 for that, and so I do like the counter-attack there. Moose Fortress 2 using their respawns to their advantage. And pop that Uber. That was some pretty solid decision-making right there. I gotta say that the decision-making to pop the Uber, save the point, and then have the soldiers come in and just wreck. I love it. So 7.5 minutes left to go here in this half. We'll see whether anybody can actually make a score. It's possible. It's possible. What is it? It's been like it's been 22 minutes with 4 scores. So yeah, I'd say it's about 5.5 minutes per score. Yeah, it's totally possible. Hibachi coming in behind, and he did finish off Skux there with maybe like a 40 or 50 damage shot from far away. Got some pretty good aim on this scout here. Does take down Earshot, and Duatna's now down as well, so it's just Sezco. Willing to bet Hibachi might take him down as well if he comes in to attack. But he won't. So Sezco just going to be retreating and trying to hold on to the next point. Oh, nope, there he is. Nice. I called it. And yeah, Hibachi knew that, dunked on, that is. Yeah, Hibachi knew exactly where the hiding spot was going to be, and now I think we might very well see, oh no, there wasn't an Uber advantage. Well, we could see Moose Fortress 2 tie this, or finish off this half pretty soon here, if their push is successful. Right now they do not have any sort of off-classing going on. And so, oh, ow. So Garbage Plus will be at a bit of an advantage, actually, just sitting back. They don't have any off-classing either, though. No heavy, no sniper, nothing like that. And so it's just going to be cookie-cutter classes against cookie-cutter classes, which is not always the optimal solution on Granary, but you know what? It works well enough. It gives you some versatility, some high movement capability. And so far, we are stalemating. I mean, Are the Moose Fortress team really just, like, hoping Garbage Plus will get bored here? I don't know, man. They should probably push in. Or at least send one player into suicide and try and make something happen. And instead, they're not doing that. So, guys, hello. Hello. Let's do stuff. Do stuff, please? Let's go do stuff, guys. Come on. Let's fast forward. Alright. Nope. Nothing happening. Nothing happening. Alright, there we go. They do finally jump in a soldier. They're trying, I think, to hit the medic here. Hibachi jumped on top of that point, but he did not get what he wanted out of that. And now they're going to have to retreat their medic out of there. Syntax still at 150 health, so they will be fine. Looks like they... Oh, no, they did force the Uber out of Garbage Plus, and so now Garbage Plus has a very risky situation. They absolutely have to cap the second point, because if they can't, then Moose Fortress 2 are going to take this round with their Uber advantage. Syntax down to 75 health, so in a bit of trouble. Duwatna's taken down, though. And there you go, the Uber is popped, so they at least forced an Uber out of them. But now Moose coming in, I'm sorry, Long Neck Moose coming in. He does take down the med, and that is going to probably be the half soldier coming in to try to save this, but he will not be able to stop two bombing soldiers coming in after him. There you go. Halftime is over. Moose Fortress 2, 3, Garbage Plus 2. And I realize that sounds a little bit like a bad math problem, doesn't it? Moose Fortress 2, 3. And Garbage Plus 2 equals 7, I think. 7 moose in your garbage cans. So we do get to see... Oh, Duwatna with the immediate kill. Man, and I gotta tell you, Longneck has been basically taking the same rollout every time, so he's been getting predictable, and that is just a huge bonus there. For Garbage Plus, they are going to take this mid-fight easily. They lost their medic, and that is the only thing that Moose Fortress can really say here is that they managed to get the medic kill, so they might not lose the round if they can hold their last. But, oh, Duwatna just completely wrecked Longneck. Longneck's going to have to take a different rollout, or else just not go for that pack right away. Because every time Duwatna gets there, and he is there faster, and he has a sticky on that pack, and that is just going to win games. So Moose Fortress 2 building their Uber just a little bit faster actually than Garbage Plus at the moment. They're going to have a bit of an advantage. And Garbage Plus will sit back and wait until they've got theirs to go in. No off-classing from them, but there is going to be a heavy and an engineer. No scouts from the Moose Fortress 2 team. I would expect to see the sentry, yep, right here. Pretty standard location. Even on pubs you'll see that sentry just guarding that last point right there. If you are a pub engineer and you really don't know where to put your sentry, may I recommend right there. Right behind that little thing. Because of course nothing can hit it from this side. And once they finally get onto the point, you can be sitting back there, cozied up. You just have to worry about spies sneaking in and backstabbing you from like right there. But of course that's not going to happen here. Syntax though gets taken down right away by a crit sticky. Didn't realize they had crits going on, and that's going to mean Garbage Plus wins. They do have to try and take down the sentry, but that shouldn't be too hard for a Sixes team with all the spam that they possess. In fact, there is a spam factory built specifically for Team Fortress 2. Oh, what? There you go. Floyd finishes it off. Not like the rest of the team just completely forgot there was a sentry there. They're just like, yeah, okay, whatever, we'll walk onto the point. There's nobody left alive. Floyd's like, hey, guys. Yep, pretty much. That's what just happened. Garbage Plus. Now, I want to see... Hang on. Where... Oh, no, we got to find him. Quickly, do what now? We got to watch his roll out again. And you'll notice he doesn't actually jump for that second sticky bomb. He just crouches over it when he's like standing right over it, and that launches him forward. That's fairly important to do, and once again, hitting Longneck right away, although they are at both about the same health now, and Duwatna actually getting a little bit predictable here too, so he's getting jumped every time by these soldiers, but a sick air shot, and then follows it up with another pipe to take down Real. And once again, Moose Fortress 2 just getting denied on this point, so Garbage Plus looks like they are well on their way to winning. Carried right now by Duwatna this round. He's been doing spectacular at those mid-fights, and this time around they do have a giant Uber advantage, so Duwatna's going to push forward, immediately get on that second point. This time around, of course, there's no spawn camping to be had, because there was no forward spawn, since Moose Fortress never actually took the middle point. So he can't spawn camp this time around, but he will help immediately cap that point. And Jerry on the Pyro, interestingly enough, I don't think that's going to be very effective. Oh, crit screen once again. It might, though. We will see whether the crits does anything here against a pyro who can reflect all that stuff. The tougher bits to reflect are, of course, the stickies. Oh, and right away the pyro is gone. And there you go, the crits, stickies, and crit. Rockets destroying stuff. Duwatna walking into that demo and just being like, nope, gonna hit you with all my pills. Bottling Cintiq to death, and Garbage Plus off to 2 quick rounds here against Moose Fortress. They may very well win this game very quickly. Only time will tell, and of course you can look down at the timer on this video to see whether they actually win this round or whether it's going to go on for longer. But do bear in mind, I sometimes put anti-spoiler time in my videos, so you might not get that information. Duwatna taking a very risky rollout here. It's going to be very fast. But will he actually get the hits? He does get one, but oh, I think he's going to go down this time around. This scout's going to be chasing right after him. He does try and lob some volleys over there. Wow, he's doing a really good job of trying to dodge. This time around, though, the Mooses do take him down. Looks like both meds are down. Moose Fortress 2 against 2 here. 1 against 1 now. It is just Floyd against Hibachi, and Hibachi has been proving himself all game long. Look at that meat shot. So finally, the Moose will win a mid-fight. And yep, that's right. Garbage Plus, you guys just got boom toasted. And so Jerry's like, finally, our carrier does something. Of course, he's referring to Hibachi, who, yep, once again, carrying the team, just like Duwatna was for a while there. So that's the thing. If you've got like one carry on your team, there's actually kind of a rock, paper, scissors effect. A soldier carry will usually beat a scout carry, depending on the map. A scout carry will usually beat a demo carry, but a demo can usually beat a soldier, I would think. Maybe? Anyway, Hibachi is way behind enemy lines right now. The second point not even captured, and it looks like he just, I don't know what he's doing back here, because he could go for kills. He's waiting for his team to try and finish up the fight out here. There is a crits right now ready to go, so we are going to have to keep tabs on both of these things, as Duwatna is probably going to take some crits in here, but Hibachi is going to be just now sneaking in. Uh-oh. So, okay, hang on. Crit Squeak's almost ready. Where's Duwatna? He's eking out right now. And he does hit Jerry somehow there, but there goes the Uber pop right away. They do not want to take any chances, so it's going to prevent that. And, oh, Hibachi's going for a back cap, so that is going to cause Garbage Plus to have to run back here and stop him. They do take him down, but now they've given up a lot of positioning here, and that actually gives a good opening for, no, Moose Fortress may have wanted to get in, but that's going to be tough now. Dealing some damage to the demo here. But they will be forced out of the garage. They don't really want to take a lot of damage in here, and they still have a couple players down. Earshot's down, but, oh, Long Neck. You are not in a good position. Wow, somehow they do take down Regurgitate, and there goes Skux as well. Duwatna in a little bit of a bad position after the rest of his team dies. And now all the Moose Fortress 2 team will be pushing straight into yard. They've already got, well, they got to deal with Floyd on this point, but they've got so many more players right now that Floyd is going to have to retreat or risk getting flanked. And you never want to get flanked. You know, it's not, well, it is quite as bad as strategy games, really, because you're going to have like 3 or 4 players shooting at you. You can only shoot at one of them at a time. 2 if you're like super awesome, I guess. But there you go. Moose Fortress is going to tie this game up, I think, as long as they can stop Duwatna from defending the point. But actually, yeah, they will take him out. And there's a bunch of players capping the point. So it is now 4-4, guys. Even though it says 2-1. I know. It's just the way ESEA does their halves. But the ESEA client will tell us. There you go. 22 minutes left to go, and it is 4-4. So Moose Fortress 2 looking solid this time around. And we will have to see just whether they can win the next mid-fight. Because it seems like pretty much whoever's won these mid-fights the entire game has won the match. And on Granary especially, that is very, very predictive of who's going to win the round. Some other maps, you know, Gully Wash especially, you can see a lot of back and forth. But Granary, it's like, no, if you lose a mid-fight, you are going to have your work cut out for you. Soldier jumping in, trying to get the medic kill, and he does. Cintiq is down, but Floyd's now down as well. It's 4v4 at the moment, with Skux actually staying alive. So the longer he stays up and keeps his team alive, the longer this fight goes on, the better it is for them, because they will have the heals. But Regurgitate taken down right away. And now it is just Skux and Duwatna. They do have their probably, no, regular medigun, regular Uber ready to go. So they can't crits in and destroy the entire team. Duwatna will have to probably lay down some sticky traps, and he's just going to do a standard, you know, right in front of the doorway thing here, hoping somebody gets careless and walks into it. But even if they don't, I mean, it's so standard to have that there that you kind of have to be, you have to play that door slow anyway, and so that's just how it's going to happen. Garbage Plus losing Sezco, who was Not sure where he was, actually. And Moose Fortress 2, actually, not even in the yard yet. What are they doing? Hibachi. Oh, Hibachi in an interesting position. Did he, is he hurt? Yes, he is. He took a Boston Basher hit to get up here. That is a thing you can do, by the way. Totally use a Basher to climb up into this drop down, and nobody's spotted him yet. You can also just hit yourself with like a rocket or something to do the same thing. But yeah, Hibachi's actually, he's ducked at just the right level to give some good intel on what he sees coming through these drop downs, and he has seen a couple soldiers here. So really, the rest of his team should be pushing into yard, which, have they done that yet? No. So, oh, regurgitate down. And yeah, this is Hibachi's time to shine. He's going to get right in behind the enemy team. And actually, even farther behind. Does get spotted out, though, and now it's going to be him against this scout. Who is this scout? Is it Earshot? Probably. No, it's Sezco. He's taken down. Rigel took down Earshot over on the other side, and so now Hibachi... Oh, he's found the med! There goes Skux. Duwatna, the only one left, and he's going to get taken out as well. That is, in fact, GG. Regurgitate going to try and come out and stop this cap, but he will be too late. Oh, not quite too late. He's still standing on the point, but there you go. That is the game. Moose Fortress 2 winning it 5-4. And I didn't know who was going to win that one. That was just intense the entire time. But thank you, of course, for subscribing here to SalTV. And if you haven't yet, shame on you. Shame on you. Of course, subscriber numbers do help me figure out how many of you actually want to see competitive Team Fortress 2 on a regular basis. And commenting and rating other people's comments and blah, 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 and doing all that wonderful stuff. That also helps in terms of promoting the video and helping YouTube determine what to show in the sidebar when people search terms like Team Fortress 2. So that is why we always ask for rates and comments and blah, blah, blah in our video. That's why I'm going to ask too. You don't have to do it, but I have to ask. Anyway, this has been Sal, and I am going to keep casting a competitive TF2 for as long as I live, or until the game dies, whichever happens first. See you later.